Welcome to my channel. This is the first table I made. I think that went not so good, but these are some carbon fiber. There's 3, that's mahogany inside. The other one is a maple tree kind of thing, and then this is normal pine with carbon fiber, and I want to see how the wood reacts to having resin and carbon fiber on for longer time. So this is just the first kind of test. Today I'm going to talk mostly about my new workshop that I'm going to make. So this is just a little prequel of what I'm trying to do. So I'm starting out with some tests only. I made the table only with different kind of tests. So this is the first part of my my new clean room. It's not very clean right now, so I started out with this part here. So I had to use breathing apparatus that I also use for carbon fibers when I do the filing down, and but that's safety first. So I got rid of the mask. Now you can see the finished product after moving it. This is my smaller barn. The heating room is there, but besides the heating room, I'm gonna utilize the leftover heat from the furnace to heat this room. So this room is now clean from ceiling and so on. So you can see the ceiling on the other side also. That's where I'm gonna take the heating from. And this was where I'm gonna rebuild the walls and make it a clean room. So at some point there's gonna be a new door in there. So, but you can see my old office or epoxy place. I had to change that because of the things coming from the ceiling. We will see in a minute. So I made a few. That's the test sticks I made. And I'm still waiting for the wood to dry out underneath to see how they react, whether they crack or anything. But currently they've been there for a month or two and they're quite sturdy. They're seemingly getting harder and harder. So that one is very, very light. The mahogany part is actually weighing more than the other one. That one is kind of dangerous thing. So that's the breathing apparatus. That's carbon fiber. I have 5 meters carbon fiber waiting for the next project. So that was what I want to avoid, the things coming from the ceiling. So this is just the other part of the office. So I have a welder. I do other stuff also. Compressors really important for the breathing apparatus and also cleaning things. So this is just where I keep all the other stuff. So I try to do as many things myself. So I think it's fine. So it's not needed, but I need to. I work at an office, so I need to be physically. You can see here. That's the top part. I just put some cover on top to see whether I can get 10 or 5 degrees more. So this part is going to be something else later on. So, but currently I keep myself busy with other stuff. So that's the part I have covered. Hopefully, yeah, it's a little bit dangerous. So, but I hope that the cover there can increase the temperature underneath with maybe a few degrees, maybe 5 degrees. On a good day, if it's not windy, maybe 10 degrees. So that's so that the 2 rooms are connected and there's some kind of insulation between the 2. So not between the 2, but on top of the 2 rooms. So that's the heating pipes going to the main house. So yeah, so that part is quite good. So let's go downstairs. So you can just quickly see that the old place, it's rubbish, and that's outside. So, and this is the heating part. That room will be, as soon as the other room is ready, I will move everything to that room, and then I would make this room nice and pretty again, as it probably was a few hundred years ago. Now you can actually see this is an IR camera the Flir One that is connected to an iPhone. So I'm just walking up the stairs again. You can see that's about a few minus degrees here, but when you come upstairs, you can see the heating from the sun here, a little bit on the wall there, but you can see the heating underneath the blankets there, the heating blankets. You can see that's 0 degrees there, some plus, and you have minus on top of that. That's a good thing. So, and the differences is where the sun shines. Yeah. So you have -2. So it seems there'll be at least a few degrees difference. They were just laid, so they are not puffed up yet. So so the isolation is not really that good yet. But it should improve with the next few hours. I don't think I will bother take another video and see when they're puffed fully up. I'm just gonna show that this is how you can do it. This is very temporary. So I can use that part there. You can see the heating differences. So you can just see there's a piece of metal, the red ones. They are quite a lot warmer than the rest. The other one is wood. You can see down there, you can actually see, when we get downstairs in a minute, you can see my foot. So, and you can even see the depression. So, or not the depression, the heating signature from my foot. So now we're just gonna go downstairs. I can show you how much of a difference it actually makes you going through this. It's fairly cheap camera. It's 2,000 Danish crowns, which is probably $240 or something. So that's 8 degrees on the outside. So, but it's within the barn, so it just keeps the barn from being 0. It's quite a big of a waste, but it makes the barn warmer at least. So that's where the pipes go out of the building from the furnace. So you can now we're just gonna go in again. You can't, it's camera, you can almost, now we're inside. That wall is quite warm because the room besides it, it's okay warm. So it's 4 degrees compared to the outer wall, which is 3 degrees or 0 degrees. So that's very, very cold. I have to insulate that one. This is the window. It's actually 4 degrees because the sun is shining. So, but it's at least a hell of a lot better than the wall. And also that's the wall into the furnace room, and it's 7 degrees. So I think I could get a room there which would never be 0. The heating coming from there. You can see the red in the red and yellow in the corner there. That's just on top of the furnace. So that would be quite a different. The chimney as such is actually quite cold. It's simply because it's called isokern. It's a chimney that is isolated very well. It's a small pipe. It's not using the full. I could remove it, but it's just pull a smaller tube inside the old part here. So, but 7 degrees, 7 or 8 degrees. So, and that's 13 degrees just on top. So, and I actually think there will be about 20 something degrees going from that room into this room. So that will be heating all year round. So it'll be quite warm and comfy. I need to change the door to something more isolating, but you can see in a minute that there's quite a lot of heat that I can utilize from the furnace into this room without putting a separate heater in. So that's with the ceiling edge outside. You can see that that's the furnace room, and you can see that there's actually 25 degrees coming from a hole between the floor and the top of the wall. So that's quite a big difference. I need to have a look at that on another day. So that's just below the floor upstairs. So that's one piece of thickness of wood. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.